What's up, guys? I'm back with an update on my setup. So, about a few minutes ago, that burnt taste came back in the TF-V8 Big Baby tank, and so I quit using it for a little bit to see if maybe I just vaped it too much and it needed to wick back up. No, I went to take a drag off it, instantly tasted nothing but burnt. So, I'm assuming the coil's bad, and it kind of had the same experience with the original setup I had, which was the T-Priv and the TF-V8 Big Baby tank. And yeah, the coils, for some reason, they give me issues. Like, it was working so great, as you guys saw in the video I posted about the E-Juice talk. And I thought that maybe the dragon fruit might have been like causing it to wick wrong, but no, I guess it's just I have bad luck with those coils, kind of like me and the Mi 1 coils. Sometimes I get along with the Mi 1 coils, and other times I don't. With this, sometimes I get along with the smoke coils, and other times I don't. So I'm not going to chance it. I'm probably not going to use that tank. I am going to keep it just in case I do decide to go back to it. But as of right now, I have no plans to use the smoke tank. The same thing happened with this tank that happened with the last TF-V8 Big Baby Beast tank that I had. And it really sucks because I like the tank and I love the fact that it matched the mod, but I went back to my eLeaf iJust 2 tank because, like I said in my previous videos, this tank has never let me down. It's super reliable, and the coils are great. The flavor is great, and look at this. The vapor production was literally nothing like it was in the video whenever I tried to vape on the TF-V8 tank. I tried turning it down, got way less vapor, still had a really bad taste. So I just poured the juice back into the bottle, and then I took the dragon fruit juice out of this tank and put it in this little Squonk bottle, and I put the menthol e-liquid, the 0 milligram menthol that was in the TF-V8 tank. I poured it back in here, and then I filled up my iJust 2 with the menthol, and I just want to show you guys some of this vapor production. No burnt hit, great flavor, and like I said, this tank has never let me down. It used to be my favorite tank. Like I said, I used to have 2 of them because I love this tank so much. So I'll probably just be sticking with this tank for a while because it does have plenty of coil resistance ranges, and it does have coils that can be vaped in temperature control if I wanted to test them out and see how good this mod works in temperature control. But as for the TF-V8 tank, I'm going to go with tanks, and they work for her. Just like the neighbors, the tank works for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm hitting it too hard or too often. I'm not sure. I just know I have bad experience with those coils, and I just don't want to use that tank. I really don't. I love the look of the tank. I love how it looked on the mod, but it's not worth, in my opinion, it's not worth me spending money on coils that I'm gonna go through way before they're supposed to be done. You know what I mean? Like, these coils, I get anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks off one coil. On the TF-V8 tank, whenever I bought my original T-Priv kit, it came with 2 coils. I burnt both those coils up in 3 days. So, in my opinion, I'm not gonna order coils for that tank because it would just probably be a waste of money. I'd much rather order coils for a tank that I know is super reliable and vapes the way I like to vape, and has never given me any issues. I've never had any issues with this tank. No leaking, no flooding, no burnt taste, and so I'm probably gonna just rock my eLeaf iJust 2 tank like I used to on the Smoke T-Priv. And like I said, it does really suck because that is a nice looking tank, and I was really hoping with everything that I could have made that tank work. But for some reason, me and those coils just don't get along at all. They seem to burn up really quick with me, at least in my experience. And like I said, that could be completely my fault. It might not have nothing to do with the coils because you got to take into accounting what liquid you're using, the VG PG ratios, and how hard you're hitting it, how often you're hitting it. So there's a lot of things that factor into it. So I'm not gonna blame it completely on the tank. It could be on my fault. I just know that this one works perfect for me. Never had any issues, and I just love this tank. I can hit it hard. Got it at 28 watts, which I could turn this up to probably about 30, maybe 35. That'd be fine. But I'm not really wanting to push this coil because I do need to order some more. So I'm kind of just keeping it at a lower wattage, hoping to get as much life out of it as I can. But yeah, the other coil, it's completely done. Like I said, I tried to wait a few minutes, like 15, 20 minutes, picked it up, tried to revape it. No, letting it set did not help. And like I said, I don't know. I just have issues with the tank. My fiance, she didn't have issues with the tank. She likes the tank, so that's also why I'm going to keep it. Because if she does get back into vaping, I would have a tank that she really likes. And I already personally have a tank that I really like, and it's a great tank. It gives me no issues, and it just vapes flawlessly for me. I mean, there might be people out here there might be people out there that have this tank or tried this tank that think it sucks. Maybe they had a bad experience with it. Everybody's different. Everybody's experience is different. I can only talk about my experience and tell you guys how my vaping experience is. I can't talk on behalf of other people. So don't take what I say completely as like solid proof. Check out some other people's videos, listen to what they have to say about it, and then base your opinion off of that. Because at the end of the day, it is your choice, and the way you like to vape might be totally different than the way I like to vape. Like the other day, my neighbors, their uncle came back and he wants to get into vaping. He wants to quit smoking cigarettes. I gave him an Aspire K1 tank, and he likes it because that's how he likes to vape. He tries to hit one of these and he starts coughing. Everybody vapes different. Everybody's different, and everybody's preferences are going to be different. Although I do actually really think the setup looks cool, even though I know it really doesn't match. You got this yellowish looking airflow ring and then the blue drip tip, but I think it still looks kind of cool in my opinion, and it vapes awesomely. I have the airflow almost all the way open. Nothing but flavor and clouds, and that is what I like. And yeah, it really does suck because that is a really nice looking tank, and it does look really, really nice on the G Prib, but I just can't get it to work. And for me, at least, uh, I don't know if any of you guys would be interested. I would definitely be interested in hearing some of your thoughts on the TFV8 tank series, the coils. If y'all think they're really great coils, if you've had good experiences with them. Me, I generally have not had good experience. The only time I did have a good experience with those coils was whenever I ordered the HPriv mini kit, a little 40 watt. It came with 2.6 ohm coils. Those ones actually did seem to work really good and lasted me the normal lifespan of a coil, at least for me. I got that lifespan out of it, but like I said, it's just not something I want to chance ordering coils and going through all the coils in like 3 or 4 days and then being out of a vape for like a week or so until I can get more, which vaping zero nicotine, it wouldn't really bother me. And that's why I was thinking about gonna keep trying to use the tank. But after I got that really bad burnt taste, it was just awful. And I'm just not gonna risk that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be sticking with my original Old Faithful tank. I love this tank. I've had it for a long time. Never had any issues with it. But yeah, if any of you guys have this tank, let me know what you guys think about it, because I think it's a pretty awesome sub-ohm tank. You know, if you want to take a break from building, it's always nice to have a sub-ohm tank in your vape arsenal. And I love building. I love dripping and stuff like that. But sometimes it does get to be a little bit of a hassle and it can be frustrating. So that is why lately I've been getting back into using my sub-ohm tanks, because I prime a coil, let it set for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm good to go. And it'll last me about 2 to 4 weeks before I have to put in a new coil. And this is even a slightly used coil, and it's still lasting me. I've had this coil in here over a month, because I used to vape this before I moved here. Whenever I was living in Port Aransas, I was vaping this tank every here and there, and and then I even had the coil sitting in here with the tank empty, and all I did was whenever I decided to reuse it the other day, I think I mentioned it in the video, whenever I had it on the Cloud Pro Mini, all I did was put a few drops on the coil, and it's like the coil came back to life after a few hits. It's like it wasn't even old, and it doesn't even taste old. So I have no idea how much longer this coil is going to last, but as long as it's going, I'm just going to keep it. Get plenty of clouds. Sorry, I had to fix my fan. It keeps blowing in my face and kind of interfering with the video. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that my setup and give an update on the tank. And I'm kind of really disappointed in that tank. I didn't even get to use it for a day, and the coil's already done. But it could have already been an old coil, because, like I said, it did taste slightly old when I first got it. So I'm not going to completely fault the tank. It's just, after the experiences I've had with these coils, it's just not a tank I personally want to use. Even though I do, like I said, think it looks really, really awesome. And the top filling thing is awesome. The swivel tip is awesome. But I just can't justify spending $10, $15, $20 on coils and then them all burn out in like a day or a few days, whenever I can use one of these for weeks. And so yeah, that's really all I had to talk about for this video. But like I said, let me know what you guys think, if you've tried either of these tanks and which tank you prefer, or if you're interested in trying this tank, what I think about it. Which you guys already know what I think about this one. It's like old reliable tank. I've had it for years, and it vapes great every time I decide I want to use it. I might not even quit using it this time. Like I said in the other video, the only reason I quit using the iJust2 tank was I got really, really into building, and I was kind of wanting to do something else. I thought it would be a little bit cheaper if I was building instead of buying pre-made coils like every other month or so. But after building for a year, a year straight, it just kind of gets old. And not old, but like you kind of want to take a break, or at least I want to take a break from it, because I've noticed lately when I've tried to build, I haven't been able to wick it right, or I haven't been able to get the vape that I like from building. And I just pick up my eLeaf iJust2 tank, and it vapes the way I want flawlessly. I don't have to re-wick it. I don't have to re-dry burn my coils. And it's also a full tank. I don't have to worry about carrying a bottle with me to drip, even though I do love dripping. It's just a lot more simple whenever you can just, all right, I got my all-day vape right here. I'm good. 5.5 mil tank. And you guys already know this tank lasted me like 4 days on one full tank. So I'm going to see how many days I get off this tank. Again, using it on the G-Priv, and I have been vaping a little bit more because I love this mod so much and I want to keep using it. So I might go through this juice kind of quickly, but I will keep you guys updated on that as well. And I do plan to shoot a video showing my RDAs that I do have, because I do have a small collection of RDAs. I have 2 solo RDAs, the Troll V2, a Steam Crave RDA, and an Authentic 454 Big Block RDA. And yeah, so I do have a few RDAs, and at some point I would like to rebuild my RDAs and get them on the channel as well. But as of right now, and where I'm at in my vaping journey right now, I just want to stick with a simple sub-ohm tank that's going to give me a great vape every time. Or, you know, it might not work flawlessly every time, but it's a lot less finicky than, like I said, having to put in your coils, heat up your coils, make sure they're glowing evenly, then wick it, and you got to carry a bottle with you to drip after every like 5 to 10 puffs. So yeah, it's just a lot more convenient, I would say. But yeah, I'm gonna take a couple more vapes just to make sure there's nothing else I want to talk about in this video, and then I guess that'll do it if there's nothing else I want to talk about. Like I said, I just wanted to give a quick update on that tank and my experience with that tank. And as far as the TFV8 tank goes, the tank's great. The coils, no, don't like them. They give me issues every time. And I've only, literally, I can only think of one good vaping experience I had, and that was with the H-Priv Mini and the 0.6 ohm coils. Other than that, the 0.2 and the 0.4 that I've tried, they always burn out on me really quick. Maybe if I did try the 0.6, it would give me that vape that I remember getting from the original Baby Beast tank. But I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to even try messing with that tank, to be honest, because like I said, I have one that vapes great. I know works every time. I'm not questioning, am I going to get these coils and are they going to be good, or are they going to just burn out in like a day? So I'm going to keep rocking the Eleaf iJust 2 tank on my Smoke G-Priv. And yeah. Let me show you some vapor production off this with the, I'll go ahead and turn it up to, let's say 30 watts. 30 watts, full open airflow. Yeah, full open airflow. Let's get it. You're talking about some cloud comp. I mean, off the sub-ohm tank, the flavor is awesome. And the vapor production, I mean, did you guys not see it? That was like a freaking weather system just flew out of my mouth, right? But hi, welcome to the channel. It's, I guess I would say it's nice to meet you, but I guess it's still nice to meet you. Yeah, in this video, I was just giving a quick update on my previous video that I did for the e-Juice stock. I was using the TFV8 Big Baby Beast tank, and the coil literally burned out, and I didn't even use it for a day. And I was explaining that I've had this coil in here for probably over a month, probably going on 2 months, and it's still vaping great. Granted, the coil, whenever I put it in here, it was brand new, and I didn't constantly vape it because I still was very heavily into building, so I would use it every now and then. But yeah, it's a great tank. I highly recommend this tank, and the mod works flawless. I mean, I plan on doing a full review just for this mod, but yeah, I'm gonna take a couple more vapes to show you guys a little bit more. Maybe hotbox out my room, kind of make it all foggy, just to show you guys the type of vape you can get with the Eleaf iJust 2 tank at 30 watts with the 0.5 in the coil. It's reading the coil at 0.5 5 1 ohms. Got some 30 watts. Airflow wide open. I guess I probably should have blew it back that way. And the zero nicotine menthol has actually been really, really tasty. Like, it tastes like a spearmint gum. Out of all the menthol flavors I've tried, this has been the best menthol flavor I've tried. It actually is kind of becoming my new favorite juice. Like I said earlier in the e-juice talk, I was kind of a little disappointed that they were sold out of all the other flavors. But after vaping this menthol and giving it a chance, it's great. Tons of flavor, tons of vapor, and the menthol is actually really good. And I usually don't like what I consider cigarette flavored vapes, like tobacco or menthol. I usually don't like those kind of vapes, but this has actually been a menthol I really enjoy, and that's really surprising because even whenever I bought it, I was in my mind thinking it's not going to be that good, and it turned out to be really, really good, to be honest. And yeah, like I said, I know the setup's a little funny looking, but I actually kind of dig it, especially with this blue drip tip. This drip tip is actually the one that came off the Mi 1, and I think it kind of looks cool on there. It kind of draws your attention, and I love the green mod. Wow, that actually sounds really good. Yeah, I wasn't actually gonna go where I usually go to get my liquid because there's a vape. How many vapes do you have? I have. I used to have a lot, but recently I've given a few to my neighbors because I've been trying to help them out because they've been really cool to me. I still have all my RDAs and a few of my tanks, and I think I have a few mods still laying around I can show you. This is where I keep all my vape stuff. I keep it in this little bag. I have the Kanger drip box. I have the original iStick Basic. Um, this is actually one I picked up from where I usually buy my liquid. It's called the Sig 2 box, and it's like a pod system. And the Mi 1, I got the Mi 1. Still got the Star Wars stickers on there. Still loving the Mi 1. But I don't really use the Mi 1 very often. And my very first big box mod, it has been through a lot with me. It's the iStick TC 100 watt, but I upgraded it to 120 watts. I have this Squonk, the Steam Rabbit, but both of my doors kind of got broke. One got stepped on, and the other, I can't really remember how it broke. I think I dropped it, and it like hit at a certain angle. I got the Soren drop, but the Soren drop, the screws kind of fell out of the bottom, and it wouldn't vape right. So I'm trying to find some more screws that'll fit in here, so I can refix it. I got the Saber, the OVNS Saber, and let's see, battery with the iStick Basic adapter, and two of my older batteries that really need to be rewrapped. And what else do I got here? Oh, the other black Steam Rabbit. I had two of these Squonk boxes, and both the doors got broke on them, so that kind of sucks. Oh, I have my Crown tank, the UL Crown tank, one of my first sub-ohm tanks that I had when I started, and it's still in pretty good shape. Let's see, I have the Kanger T3S tank. Didn't really use it very much. I kind of just bought it for my mom, and she didn't really take to vaping. I'm still trying to get her into vaping. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I forgot about that one. I have the VV4 by Anakin, the I Taste VV4. And my mech, I have a mech. It's the V3. I forget the name of it. Oh, I just call it the V3 because I never could really pronounce the name very well. And let's see. Oh, the iJust 2 battery, because that's how I ended up with 2 of the iJust tanks. I bought a kit, and then I loved the tank so much that I had to go out and buy another tank. And I did have the Fishbone RDA, but the glass broke. And I got the iSub G tank, not the glass version. Yeah. I don't know. You have to look in the icebox. Shut the door. I don't know. And this was the Kanger, but if you see the drip tip kind of got broke, so I was unable to use that one no more. Oh, I have the Ego 1 Mega tank. And one of my original favorite tanks, the EVOD Glass, the EVOD 2. And I think that's all the vape stuff I have in here. Oh, I did have RBA base, RTA base for. I'm doing stuff right now, okay? Learn to not go in the living room. Dusty, go in the living room. Sorry about that. My little brother was being himself. But I had the RTA base for the original Baby Beast tank that I had, and oh man, I shouldn't have screwed that on there. So that okay, there we go. I don't think there's any coils in here. No, it's Velocity deck, pretty easy to build on. Very nice RBA base. Whenever I tried it and actually got it to work properly. Got some spare glass, some drip tips laying around in here. I guess this video is kind of going on long. I'll go ahead and show some of my RDAs. That's the tank that kind of burned out on me today. I got the Nautilus Mini tank, one of my all-time favorite tanks. And I have 2 of the solo RDAs. 2 of the solo RDAs. One of them, no, I took both the builds out. I thought I left the builds in there. And I need to move that before I end up breaking it or something. And let's see, what else? Okay, the last 3 things I have is the Steam Crave RDA, one of my very, very first RDAs that I ever learned how to build on. And the 454 Big Block, the original authentic. I actually got this from a buddy of mine. He didn't like it because you had to build vertical coils, and I had built it for him a couple times. And he's like, man, I don't really know how to build that or wick it. Do you want it? Yeah, some people say I'm kind of entertaining. Favorite RDA, Authentic Troll V2. That was my favorite vape for a long time. This and the Rolo Mini, which the Rolo Mini I gave to my neighbors. The other mod that my neighbors got was the T-Priv with the original TFV8 tank that came with it. And they also got the Target mod from me and a couple of my tanks. The Cleto tank, one of my iJust 2 tanks, and the Rook tank, or I think it was called Rook, that came with the Relux Mini. And so they kind of got those tanks from me, which I was wanting to get them on the channel, but I was kind of in a tight spot and needed a little bit of cash, so I just sold them the tanks as a bundle for I think $30, and they were trying to give me more, but I just told them all I needed was 30, and if they get the use out of the tanks, that's all that matters to me, because I'd rather someone be using it rather than it just be sitting in my drawer not being used. And yeah, so that's kind of all my setups. Besides the other thing, which I think I showed, are my drip tip collection. And this actually used to be my battery case, but I kind of got so many drip tips built up after a while that I just started storing them in there. Wow, that's really nice of you to say. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I didn't actually think I was actually going to get any subscribers, if I'm being honest with you. I was just kind of doing this, and if people happened to see it and they thought it was funny, or I was funny, or it just happened to help them in some way, that was my main goal. I I like to help people as best I can. Better than Rip Trippers. Oh, Rip Trippers. My fiance loves watching Trippers. And oh, that was the other mod I didn't show, was the Cloud 4 Mini, but it's kind of been in a few videos. So, but I'll go ahead and show it. And yeah, this is actually becoming my new favorite setup. I know it's kind of bulky and huge, but I actually did take it out with me today whenever me and my dad went for a walk, and I had no issues really carrying it around. I didn't feel like I was going to break it. I do feel like I have a pretty good grip on it because it's fairly big, and I honestly don't have the biggest hands in the world, so I can actually get a really tight grip around this, and it just vapes flawlessly. Still need to work on them O's. Man, I used to be so good at that. I wonder if I could ghost, since this is zero nicotine. I wonder if I could ghost. Some of it still got out, but it's okay. Do some tutorials on coils and mixing juice. That is one direction I do want to go, because I would like to start making my own juices, because I will admit it, I am kind of picky when it comes to flavors. And coils, I used to know how to build some pretty good coils, especially whenever I was doing my buddy's builds, because he started out with like the basic round wire micro coils, and I was like, man, those are great and everything, but if you want some real flavor here, and I reached in my bag and I pulled out my little container of coils, and he's like, what are those? Why are they look all weird and twisted? And I was like, this is twisted tiger wire. This single coil will come out to zero point 0.3 ohms. So you can get a lot more intense of a vape than you're trying to get off this RDA, because your micro coil that you have in there, the build is reading at a 0.8, and you're trying to set your wattage too high, is why you're getting a burnt taste, one. And two, the reason you're not getting a lot of vapor is because it is a higher resistance build, so lower wattage. If you want more vape, you have to take a longer drag. I do agree with you. That's why I am glad I happened to find this company, because yeah, it's still kind of expensive, but a lot less expensive than other juices that I've seen. Like, I only paid $7.57 for this bottle, and it's a 15 ml bottle. I mean, it's not glass, it's plastic, but I mean, you're not really buying the juice for the dripper bottles and stuff anyways, unless you drip. You're buying it for the liquid. And so I do like that their pricing is fairly decent on their liquids compared to some of the other prices I've seen. Like, they had one liquid at that shop, and it was a 15 ml bottle, glass bottle, and it was a 6 milligram is all it came in. It was what was it? Vape Wild, I believe, and they were selling it for like $25, and I seen it at the vape shop like across the street for like $19 a 50 ml bottle. So I was kind of a little confused on that pricing, considering it was only about this size of a bottle or so. And I'm pretty sure it was called Vape Wild or something like that. It was like the description. It was like a fruity vape, kind of like a fruit roll up, supposed to taste like a fruit roll up. But all they had was a 6 in that, and like I said, my vape budget is kind of low, so I had to go with the cheaper bottle anyways because I only had $10. But that is what I love about the shop. I can go in there with $10 and walk out with a bottle of juice instead of going into a vape shop and leaving with a bottle of juice that cost me about 30, $40. Wow. See, that's also why I wanted to start learning about the DIY juices is during the hurricane, whenever I was down there helping clean up before I moved up here, there was a guy, his son was really heavily into vaping, but he vaped zeros like I am now. And at the time, I was vaping zeros while I was working there. And he makes his own juice. And he said he's been making his own juice for about 2 to 3 years now. Because he said he found it to be a lot cheaper than going into vape shops and spending 20, $40 on one bottle when he can make a bunch of bottles at a much lower cost or for around the same price. So that was whenever I first started considering the DIY, and I looked up a few videos, and it kind of made it seem like so complicated that I didn't really give it a try. The farthest I've ever gone was when I made that mixture that I was vaping on recently, the strawberry and menthol mix, which isn't really making your own juice. It's kind of just taking two flavors and pouring them together. But I thought that was as much DIY as I could get. And yeah, he actually let me sample some of his juice, and he was even gonna sell me some before I left, but I didn't have the cash, so I just told him I couldn't get it because all of our money was kind of tied up in us moving here. So yeah, you can have one of those juices. You can come in here if you want after you get a juice. I just had to do something really quick. But as of right now, this is my favorite sub tank and my favorite mod. I'm addicted to this setup. But yeah, I definitely will be looking more into the DIY juices. And I know I say it in almost every video, but I am really repetitive sometimes, and I apologize for that. It's the way I explain things is like I have to explain it so many different ways till I feel like it makes sense. And I know that probably can be annoying at times, but just bear with me. And wow, I've never tried that. See, and that's the other thing. I want to learn how to do more tricks. Like I've seen so many cool videos where they're like blowing this huge vape and like doing tornadoes and stuff. And like the most tricks I've ever learned was O's and a ghost. And even now, I have to relearn those because I haven't done those in so long. But man, that menthol flavor, I wouldn't even. I know it's called menthol, but I think they should have called it like spearmint gum or something, which is weird. They do have one that's called a spearmint flavor, and now I'm kind of curious to try it. But the only ones they had in stock was. Thank you, I appreciate that. I sometimes feel like I annoy people, and that's not what I'm trying to do. And I'm not trying to like make my videos like super long. And the wattage, I'm vaping at only 30 watts. I could probably turn this up a little bit more, but 30 watts is actually giving a good vape. I got the airflow Yeah, it's still wide open. That is a great vape. And the more and more I vape this menthol flavor, the more and more it's becoming one of my favorite flavors and one of my favorite juices to vape. And that's really surprising because like I said, I hate menthol and tobacco flavors because they've always tasted super, super gross. And the way I kind of feel like if I wanted to taste tobacco or menthol, I would just go smoke a real cigarette. That's kind of how I used to look at it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not wearing my hat today. I just now noticed that. And I do have a hat collection. That's why in a lot of my videos, you'll see me wearing different hats. Like, if you look behind me on the wall, two of them are hanging up behind me. And I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 behind behind the camera. I am kind of a hat fanatic. I love to wear hats. But maybe I'll show you guys my hat collection too, just because I think it would be a fun thing to do. And I really do enjoy like being able to interact with you guys. That is why I quit pre-filming my videos. Is I like the fact that you guys could ask me questions about, like, for instance, what juice are you using at the moment? Are you still using the same tank? Do you still have that as a setup right now and you're just like rotating? I like the fact that I could be more involved because in a way I feel like that's more helpful. And he's licking himself. That's happening. He's doing it. Come here. Come here, puppy. Come here. What you doing? Why are you being so lazy today? Yeah. Yeah, I always mess with him. I call him lazy. He really does not act like a dog. I think that he believes he's human. He eats what I eat. I did have a snake whenever I was little, like four, no, like 6 or 7. I had a python that my dad had got me. What was really funny is my mom and older brother were scared of it, and I think my dad kind of was too. So I would fuck with them with it. I would wear it around my neck, and I would put it in the bed with me and shit. It was funny as shit. Oh man, see, those would have been some good YouTube videos. You guys would have laughed your asses off at that. Little kid running around with a snake like fucking Steve Irwin or something. It's funny shit. Um, I think I've only had one snake. I did have a pet tarantula, but I don't think I ever played with it very much. And it's really funny is I used to really love spiders and I did like my whole middle school. I was obsessed with learning about spiders and snakes. And it's kind of funny is that's what my little brother's kind of into right now. Not a problem. I'll probably still be here. And I really do appreciate you guys that are watching and that do support me. I know I generally don't tell people to like, subscribe. The most I say is comment because I'm not really, like I said, my goal isn't just to be a YouTuber with subscribers. My goal is to help people. And so that's really why I do what I do. Oh, that's cool. I mean, um, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know how that is. Like there were some times when I was at work and I would like usually I'm really lazy with wicking sometimes. So I would try to wait till the morning I woke up before I went to work to wick my coils. There were times where I'd be at work like cleaning rooms and I would take out my vape and just sit there for a few minutes and try to do it really quick. Hey, you wanna come sit down?
Are you filming a live stream?
Yeah, I'm talking to some people and filming a live stream.
Can I talk to people?
Yeah, they can hear you right now.
Oh.
It's still going. It's live. See? This is my little brother. He's actually wanting to get into YouTubing too. And so I told him he could come in.
But how do I talk to them? I can't see what they're saying.
They talk right here, and you just answer the questions based on what they say. Get all this.
What wattage? Rating.
No, wattage. Like the power you're using. So,
Hello?
I'm sorry, guys. He's still very new, but he does really want to get into the YouTube thing.
Here you go.
So
What's that?
I told him that he could sit in while I film videos just to kind of see. See, they said hi back.
What?
See?
Hi.
So
What's your mom's name?
really? You're gonna ask them what your don't do that. Why don't you tell them what you did today at school? Because you still haven't told me about school today.
I did my homework. I did schoolwork.
You know, you don't have to talk super fast, man. You can slow down.
Why does it say?
I think that's whenever you ask what their mom's name is.
Oh, Lord. How many subscribers do you have?
I'm at 7 right now.
It says top chat. Let me ask them questions. What do you want to see next?
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe you can get some ideas and help me out with some YouTube stuff.
Can they see me right now?
Yeah, they can see you in the video. That's why I do live streams.
Oh yeah, Christina gave you the computer?
Huh?
Christina gave this to you?
No, but I just use it. She's whenever she gets her other one, she's gonna let me have it for my full-time YouTube thing.
Do you want to see us
Is
do
everything picked up?
pranks? Yeah. You want to see us do pranks? It says, I want to see you do 40 push-ups. Okay.
Do 40 push-ups. Wait, was that directed at him or both of us? Just him? I hope it was at him.
Both of us? Both.
Both. Can you do 40 push-ups?
Yeah.
Here, let me angle the camera back. Oh, better move that before I knock it over.
Well, I got to take off my shoes
What do you gotta take your shoes off for?
because I don't like doing it with my...
And I really apologize. My room is kind of a mess.
But if you guys want to subscribe...
I think I might be able to do 10 or 20 if he's like sitting on my back.
I could do 1,000,000, guys.
But I could do 40 push-ups really quick.
Me too. I've been practicing for years.
Because I am a bit of a fitness nut, so I do like to work out a lot, like daily.
Your brother on top of you.
Okay, so what you gotta do is whenever I get in the push-up position, you gotta turn around and sit down on my back.
Wait, do you want me on him?
Yeah, you gotta sit on my back. I don't think they were talking about me. I would crush you.
They won't.
Alright, let's see how many I can do with you on my back.
Why do I have to get on? Why do I have to get on your back?
Or
Hey,
you don't have to. I can just do the 40 really quick.
me too. Hey, subscribe if you want to see me do 1,000.
They are subscribed.
And also planks for a new idea. It said new planks for an idea.
Let's see, 40 push-ups.
Can I just film myself?
You can talk to him while I'm doing this. Okay.
Do you want to see my phone? I'm a fitness gram pacer too. Whatever it's called. Do you want to hit that subscribe button? I like live streams. Sure. You want to see my phone? Yeah. Okay, here's my phone. Wait, I gotta wait until my brother gets done doing his push-ups. But here's his fidget spinner I gave him. Do you want to see how to do some tricks? It's like this. It's really fast. See the camera?
Wow. That actually took a lot more out of me than I thought it would.
But how many did you do?
I did all 40.
Can I hold the camera?
You can't hold the camera. It's in the laptop. See? I don't have a portable camera yet.
Hey, do you want us to do pranks on each other? It said also pranks right there.
Ripped. I'm actually just really scrawny. If I took my shirt off, you would just like see like bone.
Yeah, you'd see me too. Oh yeah. Do y'all want to see what it said? Yeah, they want to see my phone.
Do pranks on your family. That's actually fun. I do that pretty often. We gotta start filming this.
No, what we can do is we can dress up as a monster. I can go outside. You can knock on the window, and then I can run in there. Oh no, they wouldn't believe it.
So, did you get anything to eat yet?
Yeah.
Do I need to go make you something?
Yeah, but leave the camera on, and I want to talk to him. Here's my phone. I'm
trying to show them my phone.
Where's my phone?
It's in the living room.
Here's my phone, guys.
Well, again, guys, I really do appreciate all the support, and this was kind of fun. And this was kind of very entertaining.
Here's my phone.
But I'm gonna go ahead and go start making my fiance something for dinner because she should be on her way home from work, and I gotta get him something to eat. And I will catch you guys in the next video. And again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the comments. It means a lot to me that you guys really appreciate what I'm doing.
Plan it.
Romance is cool. It actually, I wanted to say one quick thing before I go. If it wasn't for my fiance, I don't know if I ever would have got back into this because she was the one that kind of pushed me and told me, like, hey, get her some flowers. I need to give her more than some flowers. I got to get her, I don't know if you guys have seen the very first video I posted after I deleted my older videos to start filming these. We're actually planning on getting married in a few months. So I'm really stoked about that. And so
no comment. It's about my front face.
He's making funny faces. But I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the dinner ready. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We've been together for 2 years, and she's just the only person that's really supported me and been there. Besides my family, everyone else kind of told me I was crazy. Which we are kind of crazy, but what is normal? Is there such thing as normal?
Derek, can I use a charger to watch the video?
We gotta start making the dinner. But don't worry, you could be in more of my videos if you want to.
But let's do no live stream.
That's all I film is live streams. I don't make pre-recorded videos because I like talking. Right? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.